Hi crafters, this is Crafty Sabby, and I'm back today to share this cute little Easter card that I made using the Create a Critter 2 Cricut cartridge. I found the image of that cute little baby chick hatching in the top corner here on page 41 of the handbook, and I thought he was super cute, so I had to do something using this little chick. So let's get started. For the interest of time, I put together the mats and adhered them to the card. So I am using a standard A2 size card, which is 4.5 by 5.5. The next thing I did was cut an orange mat from some textured craft paper that I had, and that measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then I cut a dark pink or fuchsia, depending on how it looks. It's kind of a dark pink, but it's also just textured craft paper, and it's 5 1/8 by 4. And then on top of that, I cut another mat, which is this orange and white patterned paper that you see here, and that is from Michael's Recollections. It's a paper pack called Modern Bouquet. And that mat measures 4 7/8 by 3 3/4. And then after that, I have yet another mat that I cut, and this is the same pink that I used here, and that measures 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I also cut a white piece of paper just from regular paper stack that I got at Michael's, nothing special. And it also measures the same, so 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I ran it through the Cuttlebug using, I believe, Swiss dots. And then I scalloped the edges with my EK Success punch. Just see if I can get it here. So this one here, to kind of scallop the edges and sort of break up the monotony of all the square edges. So let's adhere those two together. Just use my ATG gun and hope it cooperates. We have this ongoing battle, myself and my ATG gun. And then we will adhere this down. So despite the fact that it is cut at the same size, because of the scallops, you're able to see that, you know, the pink through it. So, and then I happened to find a piece of this ribbon. It's from American Crafts, and it happens to go very well with this pink, and the white dots are nice too because of the white paper with that we ran through the Cuttlebug. So we're just going to adhere this piece of ribbon to the front of this mat. Okay, so I adhered that piece of ribbon to the mat, and then the next thing we're going to do is put that little baby chick together. So I cut him out, and I sort of glued some of the parts together already. And so when you cut this little chick out, he comes out with little feet and everything, so he's pretty cute just like that. But I liked him with the coming out of that little shell anyway. So I'll just get my ATG gun and finish gluing this little guy together. And I am going to put this little half a shell right up to his little chin here. kind of hard to know exactly where it goes, so you just kind of eyeball it more or less. I guess as long as his little feet are in there. And then the way they show it in the handbook, I believe, they've got it, the top part, a little bit on a slant, and it covers up his little hair here. His little feather, something, I guess, like that. But I thought it was a little bit cuter just moving the shell down right over his little head and having his little feathers up here peep out. So that's just me. You're welcome to do whatever you like, whatever suits you. Looks good both ways. And I'll just put this up here. The other thing I wanted to mention is some of these parts printed out with his, also cutting out his beak there. Let's just see. So right here, if you look at layer, in the layer section using shift, you can see where I cut out his the little scalloped edges for the shell. Because I used the pattern paper, his little beak printed out with the pattern also, and so when I stuck it on his face, it didn't really look that good. So I just sort of hand cut out another beak in a solid orange color. So that was just me. I mean, it looked cute enough, but just kind of a little odd anyway. So that's just something I noticed. So then the next thing we're going to do is adhere this mat to the card. And we'll just get this all assembled. This is kind of thick, so we'll just put a little bit extra. And just make sure our card's open the right way. And just center this in the middle of the orange and white. Right there. And then I put some pop dots on the back of our little chick here. I'm going to put one here. Okay, sometimes these are hard to get out. Put another one here. And we will put our little chick right about here. Make sure it's straight. Let's see, how does that look? So far so good, and we're almost there. I printed out the words Easter blessings on the computer. And then I did the letters in black, and then I just adhered it to a piece of that orange paper that we used, and I just cut the ends in sort of a banner style. And I'm just going to wait 1 second to put that on because I want to put on this little button. So I just found an orange button that I had, and I took a piece of that ribbon, and I cut a little piece, and I fished it through those buttonholes. It was quite tedious, but I did it. And I tied a little bow, and that's just going to go right there. So I could just check where we're going to, hopefully this does not hang off the edge because I didn't really measure it that well. Yeah, I think that should be okay. Okay, so we will put that Easter blessings down. Okay, it's somewhere here. Make sure it's straight. There's probably many ways you could put this button down. Maybe a glue dot, or I'm kind of partial to my zip dry for buttons and things like that. So I'm just going to squish a little here. Close that up. And we'll just put our little button right on top of there and hold it for a second. And there we have it. So it was, pretty quick and simple. There's a lot of matting, so it went by fairly quickly. And so I hope you enjoy this card as much as I have had making it. And thank you very much for watching, and have a blessed Easter.